So from previous discussion, it is very much clear that the cause of maladaptive behavior according to cognitive therapists or psychologists would be irrational thoughts and belief system. So under cognitive therapy, we would be studying three therapies. First is Albert Ellis's RET, we would call it, or REBT. So full form of RET is rational emotive therapy, or if we include B into it, then B is for behavior. So both these terms are correct. So Albert Ellis in 1955 developed this rational emotive therapy. So as these terms indicate, rational means which is consistent with reality, emotive means relating to emotions, or we can say emotional situations, and therapy means a process or procedure through which the therapist tries to help the client. So rational emotive therapy basically provides the consistent belief system which is very much in truth with reality, and it is related to the balancing of emotions. So this RET or RBT contains a small ABCDE paradigm. In your book it is given as ABC paradigm, and I have included two more steps into it. So we will be discussing in detail. So A is activating event. Some event that leads to some kind of arousal, positive or negative. Most probably we would be considering it as a negative arousal because we are talking about the effect of cognitive therapy. So after activating event, the B would be belief system, and after considering this belief system, certain events has happened and we have put that thing into our belief system. Then the C would be emotions pertaining to that particular situation. These emotions would lead to disturbing thoughts, or we would say disputing self-defeating beliefs, and then D, after D, E would be effect of disputing beliefs. I would clarify it with an example, and the example can be like, if you enter in your house without having some talk, or without wishing your parents are sitting in the hall, and you enter the room without wishing them, then this would be, and you just go straight forward to your room. So this would be an activating event for your parents. Their belief system would tell them two types of things. First one can be like, he must be in a hurry, or he must be tired, that's why he didn't wished us. And second can be that he simply disrespects us. So there can be two type of belief system, positive and negative. Leading on to emotions from the belief system, there can be two type of emotions, positive or negative. So if the belief system is positive, like he must be tired or some good cause, as he is not talk to us. So there can be positive reasons also, so that would lead to positive emotion, like he would be fine by tomorrow and we will talk about it. And if the negative belief system persists, then there would be negativity. That means being a parent, he just considers an ATM machine and nothing else, and he does not respect our emotions. So then it would lead to disturbing thoughts if it's a negative situation or negative emotional arousal. Along with disturbing thoughts, it could also lead to disputing beliefs. Disputing beliefs means either your parents believe what they think about you, like negative thing, or they won't believe it at all. They just simply refute this thing, that this cannot be possible. He definitely would be, although both things come to their mind once, but they will refute the negative thing and consider the positivity, that he must be tired. So that disputing belief would finally decide the effect of this whole process. So if that disputing belief, in that situation, if the positive thinking persists, if the positive belief system persists, that would lead to a normalization of situation and giving a rational answer or rational reason behind your behavior. And if that does not persist, then definitely it would lead to chaos, or you can very well understand, clash at home. Okay, so this is ABCDE paradigm, which clearly tells you that if there is some activating event in the environment, then that act upon your belief system, be it positive or negative, and based upon your belief system, there would be a certain kind of emotional arousal, and after emotional arousal there would be two kind of thinking processes that would start. One would lead to a rational reason, other would lead to irrational reasons. So if you are attributing irrational reasons to different kind of things, then that would be maladaptive behavior, and that needs to be corrected through RET. But if you are attributing good reasons or rational reasons, or we can say practical reasons to different kind of situations, that would not hinder your emotional balance, or does not hamper your balance, and that would help you perform better. One more example of this can be, like if there is some woman who is divorcee. I am explaining it here. So there is some divorcee woman, okay, some divorcee woman, and she has, say, a son or a daughter maybe, and she faces certain kind of behavioral issues with that kid, be it a son or a daughter. So she faces certain kind of emotional or behavioral issues, like the kid is not acting properly or not behaving properly in class, or with peer groups he keeps on fighting with others. So she attributes this particular trait of his child to her lack of care. She considers herself as a bad mother. So this is an example of negative belief system, and this would lead to depression. So here this thought, lack of care on part of her, would be self-defeating thought, and this would lead to depression. So she would attribute, definitely it's very much clear from this example, that she would attribute the reason of her divorce to herself. She would say, I was not capable enough to carry this marriage out. I was not very much caring for that person also, and the same mistakes I am also repeating with my child. So that would lead to depression. First anxiety we can say, and then depression. So how to treat it with RET? So according to Albert Ellis, first of all, the counselor will ask her simply the question that if she is good enough, if she is good, then nothing bad should be happen to her. So this is kind of a counteractive technique to counter her thoughts, her belief system. If she is good, then nothing bad would happen to her. This is a general and ideal situation. So if something bad is happening to her, that means she is not good. So this example very much clearly states that there is no relation between the situations and their outcome. These are all external situations and she is not the only reason for her divorce as well as her son's behavioral issues. So everybody has to play different role in the environment. So these are rational reasoning. This is kind of rational reasoning that some things are there that her son needs to learn and some things are there that she needs to change about her behavior. So if both of them change their behavior or modify certain things, then definitely there would be improvement. So everything is not destined according to cognitive therapy, especially about the REVT.